There's a lot of investment options out there, but allow me to share with you why I believe land investment should be at least on the top three on your list. Why do I think we should invest on a piece of land? Or why not? Land, I believe, is a source of all wealth. Everything sits on a piece of dirt. Our homes sit on the land. Homeowners think their house appreciates in value when the truth is the house do not and will never appreciate in value, no matter how we maintain it, because it get older. It is the land where the house sits that appreciates in value. Businesses sit on land, malls, airports, parks, highways, and roads sit on land. Talking about land as source of all wealth, if you think Walmart and McDonald's is in the US are into retail and in selling burger as their main businesses, think again. They are successfully using their retail and burger stores for their main business, which is real estate. Land industry, like any other businesses, follows the economic law of supply and demand. The market value of a land will continue to rise as the demand increases, since we cannot manufacture land. Hence, a land sitting on in a highly developing area will definitely enjoy an increased market value as a result of a higher demand. What business or investment do you know that doesn't have a risk involved? Let me know if you think of one other than a land investment. Land never depreciates in value, even in the worst location you may think of. As long as there's inhabitants in the area, population is going to grow. Worst case scenario for your land investment is when you break even. On average, a land consistently gains in value at an inflationary rate. Think about investing and leave your investment alone, do nothing with it, and see it increasing in value while allowing yourself to do something else you do best to generate income. So let's take a look at how land value grows. This graph will show us the land value in US dollars vertically and horizontally will represent the value of land in time. As we can see on the screen, the value of raw land or on a pre-development state is still at a very low level on the dollar value and will stay at this value for a longer period. To put it another way, we are buying a raw land like this one on our screen, not much by money, but mostly by time, letting the land sit for a while until development happens in the area. Because when we start seeing developments like what we're seeing on the screen, when we start seeing roads being built, it does not only mean that development is coming near, but also we will start seeing an increase in the value of land around this area. So at this stage of development, the land value goes up, and if you notice the time period before the next stage of development happens gets shorter. And as we see businesses and developers start coming in the area, as early as we see building permits being issued, as we see signs of future developments, etc., we'll start to see another spike on the value of land in the area. And definitely when we start seeing actual construction. And other developments, such as residential developments and new concrete roads, give us a sign that people will be coming in the area. When businesses start moving in, population in that area increases as a result of job opportunities. As more people move in the area, utilities will follow, such as schools, hospitals, stores, and other basic services. And those utility companies will again require more people to move in because schools will need teachers, hospitals will need doctors and nurses, etc. Remember the laws of supply and demand. Increasing population will drive the value of land in this area at its peak, putting this area in a stage where it can potentially become a seller's market. This is where sellers may have its full say on the value of their property due to scarcity of supply versus the demand. Investors may come in on any stage of the development as shown on the screen. Flippers come in during this peak stage. Some investors come in during the build-out phase, but if we want to maximize our investment growth potential, we want to come in during the pre-development stage, if we still have that opportunity to do it. And even when we still have the opportunity available for us, we must be able to at least speculate on future developments in the area. Right timing, correct location, and enough knowledge is needed to get land investment. And this is where I come in. I already did the research for you. But before I share all those information to you, first allow me to share some success stories of our investors to you. We've seen hundreds, if not thousands, of financial successes. And this is an offer to purchase a 10-acre land for an amount of $750,000. This is 16 years later since it was purchased at $280,000 only. This provides this investor 267% profit in the span of 16 years, or an average gain of 17% a year during that period. Now this is an offer to purchase a 63.36 acre land for an amount of $1.1 million. Only 10 years later, since it was purchased at $157,000. This provides this investor 726% profit in the span of only 10 years, or an average gain of 73% a year during that period. This is an offer to purchase a 10-acre land for an amount of $417,000, and this is only 3 years later since it was purchased at $125,000 only. This provides this investor 334% profit in the span of 3 years, or an average gain of 111% a year during that period. These are just a few examples of investor successes with our company. I mean, if you can just get your investment to grow 50% per year with a guarantee of not losing any of your principal, maybe I would think twice on investing in our land investment opportunity. Because in some cases, your land investment with us may grow less than 50% if you're impatient. Remember the right timing part of the tool you need as an investor that I mentioned earlier? Up to this point, I hope I made my case that land investment makes a lot of sense. Now, let me share to you the why and where we should invest. One of the many drivers of development is the economy. When an area's economy is thriving, it attracts more businesses in the area. And so it opens a lot of job opportunities. What we're seeing on the screen is a list of top 10 world's largest economy. Number 1 is US, number 2 China, number 3 Germany, number 4 India, and number 5 is California. This is not a mistake. I know California is not a country, but if California was a country, it ranks 5th in the world in economy. How did it happen? Well, it's not because Mickey Mouse lived in California, nor due to Hollywood. California is home to the biggest financial related businesses like insurance and real estate. Also home for professional and business services like legal and accounting services, information technology, healthcare, and believe it or not, the agriculture sectors. Largest economy state in the number one economy country in the world. Sounds like our best bet. What we're seeing here is the map of United States of America. United States has 50 states and has a total population of 340 million people. Almost 12% of the country's population, that is 40 million people, live in California. California then is the most populous state in the US. If you're wondering what drives California's high population, California has the best weather in the country. Many jobs and businesses opportunities. There's also hundreds of thousands of migrants that come here from other countries and other states. And believe it or not, every sixth baby born in the United States are born in California. California's population will continue to grow. Demand will definitely keep increasing, but the state boundaries will stay the same. Okay, if California is a good state for land investment, question now is, where in the most populous state should we invest? Out of the 40 million Californians, 60% lives in Southern California. If you've been in Los Angeles and experienced the LA traffic, you knew that the area is overpopulated without me telling you these numbers. But do you remember the law of supply and demand? These are the main counties in Southern California: Los Angeles, Orange County, and San Diego. What all these counties have in common? They are all overpopulated, and the real estate properties in these areas are so high that it's unaffordable even to an above average income earning family. So Californians are overflowing to the Inland Empire recently between San Bernardino and Riverside counties, since we can only develop eastward. More specifically, I want you to focus on this area in San Bernardino County. We will zoom in on this highlighted area on the next slide. We're looking at an area in San Bernardino County in Southern California. We zoomed in to the area to give you a closer view of this booming area in California called the Victor Valley. Victor Valley is composed of many cities, main cities, namely Victorville, Apple Valley, Hesperia, and Adelanto. This is the only flat area that can be developed in the whole of California. In the next slides, we will learn why this area has been and will continue to develop in our near future. Meanwhile, let's zoom back out to look at the bigger area surrounding this Victor Valley area. This is the area we were looking at on the previous slide. One of the main reasons this area is fit for development is the accessibility and the strategic location of this area. As you can see, an Interstate Freeway 15 that spans from San Diego to Canada border goes through Nevada, Colorado, and Montana states. It also connects all the way to New York in the East Coast through the Interstate 40 freeway. This Highway 395 goes all the way to Vancouver, Canada border. And Highway 58 that connects the I-40 or the Interstate 40 to Northern California, San Francisco area. Note that the highlighted area on this map is the entire San Bernardino County. San Bernardino County is the biggest county in the country in land area. Do you know that only 8% of this land area is available for development? That's true. All the red highlighted area you're seeing on your screen are either owned by the federal government or by the state. And 8% is privately owned by the biggest industry in the area, which are the cement companies. So even though we see a lot of undeveloped land in the entire county, only a very limited area can be developed, which are located on the Victor Valley area. Now you know what I know. Let's zoom back into the Victor Valley area. Again, we're looking at what we know is an accessible and a strategic location in a county which we now know also to have a very limited land supply. An area located in the highest populated part of the biggest population state of California. If you think this area makes a lot of sense for land investment because of the projected future economic and population growth, let me give you more reason why I think we need to act quickly if we want to maximize the gains potential on our investment here. Here's more reason to enable you to speculate growth in the area. To be able to at least speculate developments in the area, we need to know what is going on around it. So let me tell you some of the major things you need to know about this area. This area was formerly an Air Force military base that was closed during the Clinton administration in 2004. It was later on converted into a public airport, which is now operational as a logistics airport. This airport is more than twice the size of LAX, the Los Angeles International Airport. This airport is projected to create around 40,000 jobs and is speculated to become an international airport in the near future. This could be one of the biggest drivers for economic growth in the area. Another highway has been planned and approved to be built in anticipation of the heavy traffic as a result of the speculated development in this area. Ongoing high-speed bullet train project that will transport people from Southern California to Las Vegas will pass through Apple Valley. The project will build a big train station structure and a mall in the area, and this is also projected to create at least 1,500 jobs. Walmart positioned their main distribution warehouse in the area as well. Amazon already moved in the area as well. Amazon built a 1 million square foot warehouse in the airport and have acquired another location for another million square foot distribution warehouse within the area as well. Even Elon Musk built his Boring Company in the area and has been acquiring properties in the area. When these two business geniuses move in an area, you expect everyone else to follow, of course. Not to mention that Fortune 500 companies like Boeing, DHL, Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, Keurig, Mars Candy, Red Bull, General Electric, just to name a few, has already positioned themselves around the airport industrial zone. Biggest housing and commercial developers have been building rapidly in the area. With all these developments in the area, we still have an opportunity for you to position yourself for future success. We still have pre-development properties open for investors like you. This is how quick LAX developed back then. It took 20 years for LAX to develop as such. Today, this development, because of advanced building technology and more rapid population growth in the area, may happen a lot faster than 20 years. To help our clients position themselves for financial success and own a land affordably, our company will finance your land purchase for up to 30 years. In the United States, land purchases are normally not financed by bank or any other lenders. Investors pay in full land purchases in cash unless the seller carries a certain percent. We also offer a minimum down payment of 10% of the purchase price and for as low as 5% interest rate. Unlike other countries, here in the States, citizenship is not required to purchase a real estate property, including land. And you don't have to worry if you don't have a good credit or no credit at all. We do not do a credit check. And we don't charge prepayment penalty if you want to pay off your loan early. So please feel free to reach out to me directly if you have any questions on how to move forward with this opportunity. My name is Marvin Porto. Call, text, or email me with your questions and I will try to respond as soon as possible. I hope to hear from you soon. Take care.